So it's time to change the blade on my metal saw. So I went with the DEWALT 14-inch 66 tooth saw. This is the second time I've used this blade, and I love it. This is probably the best blade for this saw that I've used. I've used the Diablo, the Evolution that came with the saw, MK Morris Steel Devil, and the Porter Cable blades. And this by far was probably the longest lasting blade that I've ever used. And price wise, I think it was like $120. So it was significantly cheaper than the other saws blades that I've used. I had I talked to the guy where I used to buy blades from, and these guys never worked in a shop. They just do what they're told. And I was telling him about how I thought that the Diablo blade didn't last that long, or the MK Morris blade didn't last that long. So his suggestion was to use this this wax paste from Porter Cable on it. So I bought it. I think it was $15 or something like that for the tube of it, and I used it for the length of a saw blade. And I didn't see any benefit from using it. I tried using it different, loading it up, doing it between cuts, just doing halfway between cut, even putting it on the blade while I was cutting, and it never did anything. It was just a waste of money. If anything, when I went to go finish it, if there was even a little bit on there, it would affect the paint adhesion or the primer, even if you wiped it down. So yeah, it just wasn't worth it. But this by far is probably the best blade. Now I haven't tried the Amana blade, and there's another brand of blade that I haven't tried yet that I want to try. But you know, for the price and what I do, this is perfect. Most of the material that I cut is probably 16 gauge, I would say. I would probably 90% of the material I got is 1 inch, 1.5 inch 16 gauge, or 1.5 inch 16 gauge. Occasionally it's 1/8, but really nothing crazy. Once in a great while, I gotta do like a 1/4 inch wall. And actually, one of the first things I think I did on this saw was actually cut an I-beam that was 5 inches, 4 inches high by 3 inches wide, and it went right through it. It's like I've had a saw. This is my second one, and I can't believe still how easy it cuts through something that big. It's definitely probably one of the nicest tools I've ever bought, or just one of the most useful tools I've ever bought after buying a welder. And I'm actually going to get rid of this one and buy a nicer one, and just keep this one to sort of when I do portable projects and keep it around. This one just hasn't lasted as long as the original one. That's a little bit more durable. As you can see, it like even right here, that's not square, and and this is stamped sheet metal. I want that cast.